Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so yesterday you learned how to multiply with decimals on your calculator, and guess what? Today we're going to be learning how to divide. Alrighty, so with our division, just like multiplication, there are different symbols that represent division. So I want to make sure that we start out by drawing those first. So the basic division is our division symbol that looks like this, just like our first problem. Another way that we can see division is if there's a line that is slanted. And then another way that we can see it is if we have a fraction sign. So if I have a fraction and I have a numerator on the top and a denominator on the bottom. And so now let's go ahead and start looking at the first example. So for the first example, it has 3 99/100ths divided by 2 3/10ths. We always want to make sure that this number in the front is the one that goes in first. The way that we put it in does matter. The order of it that we put it in does matter. So let's go ahead and multiply 3.99. Remember, your decimal sign is right here. Make sure that it matches up with your problem. Let's go ahead and divide by 2 3/10ths. Again, my decimal place matters. And so I end up with this really long number. What I want you to always do is just round it to the nearest second, or the nearest 2 digits that we have. So for this one, my answer would be 1 73/100ths. So let's go ahead and write that down. And just like yesterday, we're going to be writing complete sentences stating what we did. So my solution was 1 73/100ths because I divided 3 99/100ths by 2 3/10ths. Okay. Make sure you get that down. I am going to be skipping this one. I'm going to show you 3 examples, one with the division sign in the different forms. So we're going to skip this one for right now, and we're going to go to this problem right here. Do you see how it has a slant? That's where some students get confused and they forget that this actually means to divide. So we're going to be doing the same process. I have 1 26/100ths. Remember, our decimal place matters, and we're going to divide that by 7. This is a whole number. There is no decimal there. And so that gives me, this one is a nice number. My decimal is in front of 18 because my answer is 18/100ths. So again, we're going to write down our sentence. My solution was 18. Kind of cut off there, sorry. Because I divided 1 26/100ths by 7, period. Okay, make sure you get that sentence down. And then the next problem that we're going to do is, I'm going to skip this one and I'm going to move on to this one. That way we can get 3 examples with the 3 different symbols. So, just like the other ones, some students see a fraction and forget that they can divide. My numerator is the number on the top. That's what's going to be first in the calculator. So if you want, you can always rewrite it. So 5 9/100ths, and that's going to be divided by my denominator, the number on the bottom, which is 6. So let's go ahead and get that in the calculator. Let me scoot it up. So I have 5.09. So I remembered to put my decimal, and I'm going to divide that by 6. And again, we got an ugly number, so I want you to look at where your decimal is, and we want 2 numbers behind that, okay? Now, this 8 over here actually makes this 4 round up to a 5. So my final answer for this one will actually be 85/100ths. And so now we're going to write down our sentence. My solution was 85/100ths because I divided 5 9/100ths by 6. All right, finalize that. and then we're going to be going back up, so now you can try them out on your own. So I want you to go ahead and try out this problem and see what your answer is. Okay, the answer for this one, again, I go 2 places behind my calculator. This number is higher than 4, so it makes this one round up. So you should have actually gotten 1 88/100. Go ahead and write down your sentence, please. Alrighty, go ahead and solve this problem next. This one was pretty nice. Your answer should have been 3 24/100. Go ahead and write down your sentence, please. Go ahead and solve this next problem over here. Okay, and our answer for that should have been 1 22/100. Go ahead and write down your sentence for that, please. All right, we're moving on to the next row. Go ahead and solve this problem. What I do want you to do is cross off this 4. I think that was a mistake. So go ahead and solve this problem, please. And for this one, the answer should be 2 76/100. There was a 3 next to this. Since that's less than 4, this 6 stayed the same. We don't need to round. Go ahead and write down your sentence, please. Alrighty, go ahead and solve your next problem. Your answer should be 65/100. And there was a 1 next to this. That does not round this up. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I would like for you to continue solving the rest of these. When you are done, you will have Mr. Bell check them for you. Make sure that you have sentences here, or it will not count as correct because you did not explain.